Today's book is The Magic School Bus in the Haunted Museum. In Miss Frizzle's class, we were getting ready for our concert at the Sound Museum. But something was wrong. It was the instrument that Colors had made. It looked terrific, but as Rafi said, it sounded ploopy. How could we play concerto for invented instrument with a ploopy sound? Do you hear that? This is not music to my ears. Miss Frizzle was the only one who didn't seem worried. She encouraged Colors by saying, just keep asking questions and you'll keep getting answers. Then she hustled us onto the school bus. We were late for the dress rehearsal of our concert. We had to get to the Sound Museum in a hurry. During the ride, Colors worked on his instrument. I don't think it's getting better, said Dorothy Ann. He needs more time, agreed Tim. That's when the bus began to act strangely. This happens a lot when the Frizzle is driving. Suddenly, the bus overheated. We're stuck, said Phoebe. We'll miss the dress rehearsal, said Dorothy Ann. I'll pull the bus, cried Mrs. Frizzle, and you can push it. I don't think Colors is getting anywhere, gasped. Neither are we. While we pushed, Colors kept working. His instrument looked better and better. It sounded worse and worse. Meanwhile, we kept hearing all these spooky sounds. Screech, whoosh, crick. Then we heard a different sound. Miss Freeze called it, what's that? Malfifluous. It was also coming from the old creepy house. We wanted to get back on the bus, but the Freeze cried, take chance, make mistakes. Eek! Our broken down bus is looking better and better. This place is Betty. Kong, boom. Then she rang the doorbell. Boy, did it sound off. Colors heard the amazing sound too. Listen to that. I need to find out what's making that sound, said Colors. I knew I should have stayed home today, Arnold said. When the door swung open, Colors and Mrs. Freeze walked right in. The rest of the class followed. Be my guest. I don't want to be a guest in this place. Eee! Hello, whoa, whoa, called Mrs. Freeze. Hello, whoa. Her voice echoed back to us. No one greeted us. The door swung shut, and it wouldn't open. We were stuck in the house. Here's phone book, said Dorothy Ann. Maybe we can call for help. But when Dorothy Ann opened that phone book, it rang. The Freeze opened other books. We heard forests, roars, whispers, screams, and some crazy laughter. The books were filled with sounds. You can't judge a book by its cover. At my old school, the books were sold for reading. I wonder who lives here, said Keisha nervously. Then Mrs. Frizzle told us about the owner, Professor Cornelia C. Contratto. Cornelia was an eccentric collector of sounds, she explained. She disappeared about 100 years ago. We weren't surprised. Who would want to live in this house? Class, said the Freeze, this house is actually the Sound Museum. That did surprise us, especially since the museum was closed for the night and we were in it. We definitely wouldn't have done this in my old school. Let's not do it, not either. We have the whole place to ourselves, said Mrs. Frizzle. Great, said Carlos. Not everyone was so happy. Ralphie was worried about Professor Cornelia C. Contralto. I bet she's a ghost, he said. Maybe she in the house seeking the perfect sound. This was an interesting thought. The house was full of surprising sounds. It is spooky. It was time for bed. The museum just happened to have enough kid-sized beds for everyone. We got way under the covers. Carlos was still thinking about his instruments. So far nothing had improved it. Cornelia, if you're out there, will you help me make this thing sound right? He called. We heard that sound again. Something of something had answered Carlos. He ran from the room to see what it was. We scrambled out after Carlos before we could stop him. He had opened a door. And we were in a strange room. Every time we turned around, we saw something different. We ran from a jungle to the mountains. Mrs. Frizzle was there, yodeling. Her yodel bounced from the museum to another. It was an echo. Yodelay-oo. Once is enough. Somewhere we tumbled into the giant room. It was full of gigantic musical instruments. Dorothy Ann pulled the string of a harp. The string moved back and forth and made a musical sound. Mrs. Frizzle said, that movement is a vibration. He added, when the string stops vibrating, the sound stops. Of course it is. Wow. Carlos asked, are all sound made by something vibrating? It didn't take long to find out. Tim and Phoebe played the drum by making it vibrate. Wanda rang the gong by making it vibrate. They not only heard the sound, they felt it too. Shake it! Boom! I'm all shook up. Ding! Crack! Crumble! Then Mrs. Frizzle rang a giant bell. The vibrations filled the room. Suddenly, the wall cracked open. We followed the Freeze through the wall and onto a stage. Wow. Mrs. Frizzle gave Carlos some funny-looking glasses. They must have been magic. They let Carlos see sound waves. Sound waves looked like the ripples in a pond, he cried. Three circles when it circles moving outward. Look, he's taking in circles. We all put on magic glasses. It was fun making sound and watching the vibrations. The sound waves started in one place and moved out in all directions. I don't believe my ears. Miss Frizzle showed us something else. First, she sang a high note. The circle came out all close together. Next, she sang a low note. The circles were feathered upward. Class, said the Freeze, high sounds are made when something vibrates fast. Low sounds are made by something vibrating more slowly. He-dee, he-dee, law-dee, law-dee, law. I'm afraid she needs a tune-up. Then Carlos got a really soundproof idea. It doesn't matter how my instruments look. What matters is how it vibrates. He dashed back to the bedroom. His instruments was gone. Uh-oh, it's gone. Oh my goodness. We were nervous. We heard the amazing sound again. Then the lights went out. The sound is coming from the closet door, cried Dorothy, and Carlos opened the door and disappeared. He had fallen into a dungeon. That didn't bother the Freeze. She jumped right into and shouted, "Follow me, kids!" This seemed like an unsound idea, but she was our teacher. Arr! Soon we were all down there together. Whee! Hey, that's right, it's hey. The sound was bouncing off the walls of the long hallway. We followed the sound waves around the corner to the end of the hall. The sound were coming through a door. Carlos opened it. Inside, we saw something sitting at an organ. It was Cornelia C. Contralto the third. The original Cornelia had been her great-grandmother. From behind the organ, Cornelia pulled out Carlos's instruments. That strikes a similar note. Carlos knew exactly what to do. He began taking things off the instruments. With so much stuff on it, the instruments can vibrate the way it needs, he explained. Ah, the sound of music at last. We have a terrific concert. Everyone loved the amazing sounds from Carlos's invented instruments. Cornelia liked them so much. She asked for the instruments. She said no sound museum was completely with it. She was right. It's done. No further waiting now.